In our last episode, we welcome you aboard and take you on a comprehensive tour of our beautiful floating home. Okay, so this is an interesting safety one for you. I was just reading a story from a couple of other cruisers who almost lost their boat because their bilge pump failed. And luckily they were on board and managed to get the situation under control, but it did make us think that we should check our bilge pumps. We know that the shower one works definitely, and we had an interesting little moment which I'll just share with you regarding the bigger bilge pump that's in the engine room. So come and have a look when Darren does this little test. Let's see what goes on.
So a part of our regular checks is we always check the float switch, which just activates the bilge pump pretty much, and if the boat's unattended, there's a problem, it just pumps the water out all by itself. Anyway, today I normally do the check, and I just take a simple piece of wire and I just go down and I hook the switch up and trips the switch, you can hear the pump start. Today I've done something a little bit different. I just flooded the bilge as a part of the check. Anyway, flooded the bilge, the pump didn't go off. So it's obviously a real design fault there with this particular thing, and funny enough, this system's been like this for the whole life of the boat, so it really pays to check things in a controlled environment. So what's happened in the past, this thing's been just sitting there on this piece of stainless which appears to be fine, and any time I've done the test I've just hooked the wire under it, lift it up, away it goes. But because of the angle, and I've never flooded it before, because of that angle the water would only float to there. It's just not quite far enough to activate it.
Needs to go right open.
You can hear the little ball. I don't know whether the camera can. That
little clicking.
It's just got a little ball bearing in there basically, and that's all it does. But it's a really bad design.
So we've been sitting here all this time, pretty much testing it the wrong way around, I guess.
Yeah, well, in the past I've just hooked from here, I've just reached in there and virtually just hooked a bit of wire under it. Not quite like that, but same
Get
sort
the
of.
picture.
Get the picture. Things can go wrong, and bilge pump's a very important piece of equipment on a ship. So, yeah.
Do you know how many litres that's supposed to pump an hour?
1,500 gallons an hour, I think it does.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Right.
But if that doesn't work, it doesn't pump anything.
Yeah, exactly.
It really needs to be 100% foolproof, and I can see why they've done that. It's great to maintain, just pull it out, replace it, whatever you like. But in saying that, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
So it's useless.
Okay. So while we ponder a bilge pump fix, we go for an explore around the bay, then stop off at a beach to give the dinghy a good old washdown. Stepping out into the shallows, we had a near miss with a trio of stingrays having an afternoon get-together. Someone had made up a rope swing, so we took the opportunity to feel like a kid again.
Oh, how good's this?
And after playing around for a bit, we got down to the task at hand. Old Hi-Ho's bottom's getting a bit manky. She's got a bit of algae and a bit of muck on her from living in the water, and we're going to give her a bit of a clean, make her go faster. Yeah! Hi-Ho Silver is a very important piece of equipment for us. She's our town car, a dive platform, and possibly a makeshift life raft. She gets loaded with all sorts of equipment and provisions and takes us for afternoons out with other cruisers. She's a workhorse and takes a real hammering at times. She also spends all of her time out in the elements, so it's important that we keep her in tip-top shape so that we can travel in safety and with ease. We had been hiding out in Makona Inlet waiting for strong winds to blow over. It's a muddy bottom bay, making an excellent anchorage in southerly winds. It was hot and humid, so we were enjoying the days catching up on some work, exploring and relaxing under our boom tent. Most nights we were joined by charter boats, however pretty much had the bay to ourselves during the day to enjoy the serenity of the beautiful bushland environment around us. So big day today, big day! We are, Dazzle's making us a nice healthy breakfast, fruit and muesli. We've got we're going to leave today, depart today from this beautiful bay, and but the winds are still up, still nice and high, but we're going to try out, or we're going to test out our Staysail, see if it holds, if it's all well. We haven't had it out for quite some time.
A long time.
A long time, so we're going to check it out. Make sure there's no repairs or anything that need to be done to it before we boot off again. And yeah, so what about the bilge pump, babe?
Yeah, we've done a little rectify on that. We've just got some a little bit of bracketing that we put to one of the engine mounts. It sort of worked out quite well, and so it's not actually sitting on the bottom as of such, so it's still very easy to service. And
so you're going to sit it vertically on an engine mount so it actually sits horizontally?
Well, the bracket drops down beside the engine mount like that, and there's a little flat piece on the bottom, so the switch would sit on my hand, if you like.
Yep.
And that way you can just drop it down and pop it out and service it.
So that's the fix on the bilge pump. And I'm kind of guessing you guys want to know why the drone, if we found the drone, if you figured out the drone flew into a tree. And
bit of pilot error there.
a bit of pilot error, yes.
Yeah.
But I was sitting here and Darren had gone to shore and he was going to take some drone footage and it was acting up a little bit, and so he pressed the old return to home button. Is that what he did?
Yeah, it didn't return home.
And it didn't return home. So he came racing out to the boat and said, Maggie, I need you to come and help me find the drone. So yeah, we luckily we had the tablet has the controller for the drone has GPS signal on it. So we basically got in the tender and raced off to where we thought the GPS was telling us to go to, parked up underneath the cliff face, and then scrambled up the cliff face and amongst all the trees and the bush and whatnot. How long did you think it took?
I think we were probably scratching around up there for about an hour, I think.
Yeah, and
yeah, the signal wasn't very accurate, but well, we eventually found it.
Yeah, the signal was about, I'd say it's probably about 10 metres off. And so we got to the last point where we were sort of searching up and down all these trees and around and over bushes and goodness knows what, but we eventually found it, so that's amazing. Incredible. Incredibly lucky. But yeah, and she's fine. A little bit of damage, we'll have to replace the propellers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get any footage of where we were, but yeah, amazing to have found it. Incredible. So luckily it wasn't over water. More drone footage coming. So yeah, anyway, we're going to have some breakfast and get moving. Okay, so excuse the bouncing. We thought we better drag out the old Storms, the Staysail. Haven't done it for a while. Haven't really had the winds for it, but we have the winds for it today, and we're just checking her out. It's sort of blowing high 20s and 30s. Sea state's a bit messy. And we're actually travelling along beautifully. The wind is from the southeast. I think we're doing about sort of 6 knots, something, yeah. 5.5, 6 knots or something. 6
and 7s.
Oh, 6 and 7s. 6 and 7s. That's great. So we put a new halyard on our on the Stormsail, and it's saggy as. We lost the winch to tie the halyard off to, so we need to sort that out. All these last minute preparation things we need to do. Anyway, I'll show you where we are. We're actually having a great sail. We're rocking it. the helm's nicely balanced, I thought.
Yeah, it's doing it pretty easy. Figured if we had a bit more speed on, but short of that, without putting up a bit more rag, we're sort of, anyway, it's going pretty good.
That over there is where we came from, and it was flat as a pancake in there. Absolutely dishpan. It was beautiful. And then out of the heads, she's blowing, she blows. The old wind she blows. That would be a fun ride today. So much fun. Could be a bit bothersome. Rightio, my love. What's the roundup of the old situation?
Well, needless to say, it'll blow your underpants off the clothesline today. But other than that, we're going pretty good.
Rock and roll. What do we think of the old Staysail?
Yeah, no, it's working pretty well. Just put on a couple of creases out of it, and she's pretty good. I think she's earning a keep out there.
Rightio. Yeah, nicely balanced, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, once she starts getting to 30 knots, she's really starting to drive her. Pretty good.
Yeah, so she's been a stonking ride in the Whitsundays today. Woohoo! Yeah, baby. Kind of day that'll break your cutlery.
Yeah. All I wanted was breakfast.
All he wanted to do was eat breakfast, and Maggie wanted to film.
There's nothing sacred.
There's nothing sacred on board.